Yeah, let me tell you what happened today. So I was in my apartment eating my KFC and I was just taking it easy, right? And then I start hearing like a siren, right? But I didn't think it was a siren. I thought that was a cue, to be honest. I thought those were trumpets and stuff like that. So I run up to my balcony and start looking out the window and I'm like, okay, like nobody's disappearing. Like, what is going on, right? Because I'm like, okay, I literally thought that was our cue, guys. And I had forgotten about my food. I was enjoying that meat. I had forgotten about it. I had forgotten about everything, like really. And I thought it was our cue for real. And I was like, okay, the fact that I'm still holding my phone, it means, okay, it's not time yet. Because I was even filming. I was like, okay, what is that? You know what I'm saying? And then I'm just here and I was like, right when the siren stopped, I remember that I'm in the Midwest and I'm in South Dakota, to be specific. We be getting the tornado warnings, towards like the beginning of the summer, during the summer, like around this season, right? We be getting the tornado warnings, but it didn't occur to me until it stopped. And I just thought about the scripture, Matthew 25, right? The parable of the 10 virgins, that 5 waited right, and then the other 5 did not wait right. And what I mean is 5 had oil for their lamps, the other 5 did not. But when the bridegroom came, the ones that did not have oils for their lamp, they couldn't go in with the bridegroom because they had to go and look for oil. But then when they came back, it was already closed. The doors were already closed. But then this just shows you that it's possible to wait and not wait right, because they were sleeping waiting for the bridegroom alongside with the other 5 that waited right. But then when it was time to meet the bridegroom, they were not ready. They figured they were not ready. Now, what am I saying? How do we wait right? Today at church we were talking about sanctification. We're talking about sexual immorality in the church. We're talking about these things that are forbidden, that the Bible tells us not to do as Christians. When you take a good look at the book of, let me check my notes from today's service. Ephesians 5 verse number 3, it says, "But among you there must not be even a hint of sexual immorality or any kind of impurity or of greed, because these are improper for God's holy people." And the pastor highlighted the fact that the Bible literally says, for God's holy people, let these things, not even a hint, let them not be found amongst you guys, right? And then you take a look at the book of 1 Thessalonians chapter number 4, it tells you this is the will of God, that we be sanctified, we control our bodies in holiness, right? Not in the passions of lust. But I just wanted to say, when God gives you the desire to do what is good, as the Bible tells us to work out our own salvation with fear and trembling, that is sanctification. When God gives you that desire to do what is good, respond to that desire, because you not responding to that desire, you're literally hardening your heart. And the more you keep on refusing God's correction, the more you keep on refusing God's direction, the more you harden your heart. And you might think that, okay, it's not that big of a deal, but it really is, because sanctification requires you to cooperate with God as God gives you that desire to do his good pleasure. The Bible tells us in the book of Philippians that it is God working in you, giving you both to will and to do his good pleasure. The fact that God is giving you that desire to will and to do, it means you are capable of doing his good pleasure as he wills. You know what I'm saying? But let's respond to that call of sanctification as God works inside of us. Let's respond to that call. If he says drop this, you drop that, right? Obedience. And it's something that I've been struggling with too in other aspects of my life. God will say, okay, Faith, I want you to do this today. Don't talk to anybody on the phone. And I find myself talking 3 hours on the phone. But I just wanted to remind you that yes, this walk with God is very challenging, but let's keep waiting and let's wait right. Let's respond to the call of God, okay? I love you so much, guys. Bye.